Last year, our plant became part of a large production association in Voronezh that produces medical drugs. We got new orders, and we expanded production. To do this, we had to buy equipment for washing glass vials. I have been working at the company for over 30 years, 15 of them as chief engineer. I know all productions at the plant well. I was tasked with finding automatic equipment for washing glass vials for the packing and transportation area. Vials is a technological term, used in the pharmaceutical industry to refer to individual containers, in the form of bottles, and containers of various shapes made of plastic and glass, intended to be filled with pills, granules, capsules or jelly beans. For the production of biopreparation we use glass bottles. I was looking for modern equipment that could be controlled through an LCD screen. The machine had to have a capacity of at least 100 vials per minute. I have a lot of acquaintances in the field of production. So, the first thing I did was to ask for their advice in finding automatic equipment for washing glass vials. I understood that the field of production of my colleagues is different from that of our company, but they could recommend me good equipment manufacturers to whom I could turn for help in choosing a machine. There are many nuances in the production of medicinal products, which must be taken into account at all stages, controlled with the help of various analytical equipment, including washing operations. My colleagues recommended me 2 manufacturers in Germany. I found their information on the internet and sent them an email asking them to select equipment according to my requirements. After 2 days I got a reply from one company saying that they have a machine for washing vials with the given technical parameters, but it is only suitable for plastic vials. Another company refused to work with us, as they don't work with CIS countries. On the same advice of colleagues, I did not contact Chinese manufacturers directly. My acquaintances told me that equipment manufacturers from China often deliver incomplete equipment, citing inaccurate information on the required parameters of the machine. I could not take the risk, so I decided to choose a Russian-speaking intermediary to find automatic equipment for washing and sterilizing penicillin vials. I needed a professional who had been working for a long time in the field of supplying pharmaceutical equipment and had positive customer feedback. I began my search for a specialist on the internet. I chose 3 of the most presentable companies. As a criterion, I looked at the time the company has been on the equipment supply market, the company's website, the terms of delivery of the machine. I called to all the companies by phone in order to be sure of the manager's professionalism. The specialist of one company said to wait for 5 minutes, but never listened to me. I didn't like such attitude to the customer. The manager of another company from Samara talked to me politely, asked questions about the necessary performance equipment, manufacturing time. 5 days later I received from them in mail 10 variants of different machines for washing bottles, and an offer to make a choice by myself. I realized that they did not have a professional approach, and they would not help me in my search for equipment. The last, 3rd intermediary option turned out to be a good one for me. The mail manager talked to me like a professional. He asked specific questions about performance, the material of the bottles used, told me about the terms of delivery. He chose automatic equipment for washing and glass vials at the stage of consulting, which I was able to quickly coordinate with the plant's management. The machine was acceptable in terms of features and price. Within a week we concluded a contract for the supply of equipment. The manager reported 2 weeks in advance on the degree of readiness of the machine. The machine was delivered within the scheduled time. After installation and adjustment of the equipment, we were able to evaluate its quality. A rotating table conveys the empty glass bottles by the piece to a conveyor belt that moves the bottles to a washing block. From the storage bin the bottles are conveyed onto the conveyor, where they are inverted and conveyed to nozzles from which pressurized water flows. The downward orientation of the bottlenecks allows the bottles to be blown through with compressed air through a nozzle. The washing area is covered by transparent plastic panels. We were satisfied with the automatic equipment for washing glass vials recommended and supplied by the manager of this company. I realized that I made the right choice of a specialist to supply the equipment. In selecting any purchase, expert advice is essential. The project is sure to be successful if this advice was received from a professional.